Hey guys, it's Franny again. Well, you didn't already know that. This is Sam.
I'm on fire.
She's on some of my videos. Today we're going to be talking about parents and what they taught us as children and how it applies to us as teenagers or preteens or adults, whatever. First, we're going to start off. When I was a little kid, my mom used to tell me no a lot. When you like grow up, a lot of people are gonna tell you no, and you're not gonna get whatever you want. Just a life fact, so don't expect it. Again, remember when they said don't play with lighters or matches? Yeah. Chances are, if you disobey them, you're gonna be a pyro, and you're gonna light your house on fire one day. Good ideas. Don't talk to strangers. Because when your parents tell you don't talk to strangers, it's because they don't want you to be abducted. If they wanted you to be abducted, they'd tell you to talk to the strangers and be like, hey, can I come over for a play date? I mean,
Take
come
it
on.
seriously.
Take it seriously, guys. Don't get kidnapped. When I was a preteen, my mother used to tell me that boys still have cooties. Guess what? Boys don't have cooties. But, you know, when you grow up and you become my age, almost an adult, and you're like, boys have cooties? No, really, they don't. Your parents are just preparing you for when one day you come home and your boyfriend's like, oh, I have an STI or an STD. So, when your parents say boys have cooties, generally, they're just preparing you for life. When your parents say no sex till marriage, they're generally looking out for you, because you know what, the girls that have sex before they're married are these little whores, or, sorry, I didn't say that, they're these little girls who decide to go sleep with random people and get random STIs and give it to the whole freaking world because all they can think about is having sex before marriage. Or you're a girl or guy, and you go find this girl or guy and they're really hot, and you're like, okay, we're boyfriend and girlfriend, we've been dating forever, and then you go screw them, and then it's like, well, you're a douchebag, I'm breaking up with you. Well, guess what? You just wasted your virginity on this douchebag that doesn't even care about you. Okay, moving on. Another thing they tell you, they're like, don't cross the street without looking both ways. Well, guess what? It's so you don't get hit by a freaking car. You know what? When you're riding your bike down the street or you're walking, people don't look. They're just assholes. Like, they're not gonna stop because you're crossing the street unless they're a genuine good person. You know, they're just gonna be like, whatever. And they're gonna blow through that stop sign. Occasionally you get the sweet old lady who's like driving down the road and you're going across the street and she's all acting all sweet, and then you just cut her off on your bike and she flips you off. It's like, don't be surprised. Your parents told you not to cross the street without looking both ways. Another thing they tell you not to hang out with the wrong people. If you hang out with the wrong people, that, like, sets your future. Unless, like, you know, if you're hanging out with people who sleep around or do drugs are bad. Don't do it. They're generally not good people. And if they go rob a store and you go with them because you're hanging out with the wrong people, you're going to go to jail, and it's going to affect you for the rest of your life. So don't choose the people you hang out with, and choose them smartly. Don't choose them like you're going to go marry the person and then they're going to rob a bank and you're going to be in prison, or someone's going to shoot you because you robbed their house. I mean, like, just hang out with fun people. You can have fun without getting into trouble. Another thing your parents tell you, don't smoke. Smoking is bad and disgusting. Like, no girl wants a guy who smokes. Like, it's just gross. Your teeth turn different colors, and your breath smells, and your clothes smell, and your car smells, and it's like, I want to get in a car with a big puff full of smoke when I just took a shower to get all nice to go on our date, and then I'm dirty now. Don't do it. Another thing, that your parents tell you when you're a kid is get good grades. Because in all reality, you walk into high school and when it really counts as a freshman, you bomb all your classes. I mean, where's that going to get you in the future? And then, like, okay, sophomore year rolls around, you try to make up the credits you missed your freshman year, you're getting caught up, you finally got caught up, but just barely, and then your junior year, you start realizing, well, wow, I shouldn't have screwed up because now I'm looking towards colleges after next year, and they're not going to accept me because I bombed my freshman year, or I bombed high school. Get good grades. You'll go somewhere. You'll get a job, and you won't have to live in your parents' basement. Because that's not really attractive. Your parents always tell you, get a job. When you're my age, and you're like almost an adult, and you're still living at your parents' house because you're not in college yet, when they like actually have to kick you out because they don't feel like putting up with your shit anymore, they say get a job, because you're gonna want money, and you're not gonna get allowance anymore, and you're gonna want to go do something, and your parents are gonna be like, no, you should have got a job. You don't have any money, so you're gonna sit your ass at home in your parents' house all alone and be like, I could have been at the movies with my friends, or I could have been out partying somewhere if I would have had money. Well, guess what? Get off your lazy ass and get a job. Another thing they tell you is to clean your room. I personally hate cleaning. I like things clean, but I don't have time to clean them. Well, my room's generally clean. I'm tired. My room's generally clean, but occasionally it gets messy. Take out your shit. No one likes messy people. Your parents always tell you when you're driving in a car, wear a seatbelt. Guess what? It's because they don't want you to die. If you die, you won't see anyone anymore, and you just won't have to worry about wearing a seatbelt because you're dead. You have nothing to live for because you're dead because you didn't wear a seatbelt and you got in a car crash. Or you got a ticket for not wearing a seatbelt and now you're in debt for the rest of your life. Wear a seatbelt. Another thing that your parents say is don't talk to people over the internet. Yeah, that's a really good one. Don't talk to strangers on the internet if you know they're like not legit. Like, make sure they're legit. Well, don't talk to strangers in general, but if you're gonna talk to someone online, make sure they're who they say they are, or like have them like call you or something, or like video chat you, and don't put your picture on there, and make sure they're who they say, and then vice versa, because you don't know if you're like 17 or 15 or whatever, and you're talking to this person online, you don't know if they're a creeper and they're like 80 years old and saying, oh, let's hang out, and then it's like, you get there and there's like this old hag sitting there like, oh yeah, hi, I'm Justin, who's 16 from Pennsylvania, and it's this 80-year-old man sitting there. You don't want that to happen to you. Well, those are some things you can learn from what your parents tell you when you're a little kid or preteen or whatever. And I hope you actually listen to your parents, because they really care about you and they really want what's best for you. And yeah, I'll see you next time.